The Notebook is often talked about as a big romantic movie, but underneath that, it is a story about choice, time, and what it really means to stay with someone when life becomes difficult. This film isn't only about how Noah and Allie fall in love, but about how that love is tested, broken, delayed, and slowly rebuilt. The film opens in a nursing home, where an elderly man known as Duke visits a woman suffering from dementia. Every day, he sits beside her and reads from a worn notebook. The woman listens, but she doesn't recognize him or remember the story. To her, he is simply a kind stranger. The story he reads is about two young people who fall deeply in love many years ago. This opening establishes memory as something fragile and unreliable, while love is shown as steady and patient. From the start, the film suggests that remembering is an act of love, and forgetting is not a failure, but a condition that love must learn to live with. The story shifts to the summer of 1940 at a carnival in Seabrook Island, South Carolina. Noah, a poor lumber mill worker, sees Allie, a wealthy teenage girl visiting for the summer. He is instantly drawn to her and boldly asks her out. Allie is unimpressed at first and sees him as reckless and immature. Still, Noah's confidence and persistence stand out, especially when he risks his life by hanging from a Ferris wheel to get her attention. This moment introduces the central conflict of the film: two people from very different social worlds falling in love. Noah's risky behavior shows how deeply he feels and how willing he is to give everything to be noticed. The carnival setting reflects the freedom and chaos of young love, where emotions are intense and logic is ignored. Their first meeting feels impulsive, which mirrors the way young love often begins without thinking about consequences. As the summer continues, Noah and Allie grow closer. They spend their days talking, arguing, laughing, and discovering each other. Despite their differences, their connection feels natural and deeply emotional. They challenge each other, especially during moments of conflict, but their bond only grows stronger through these disagreements. This stage of their relationship shows love as something raw and unfinished. They aren't compatible on paper, but emotionally they fit. The film presents their summer together as a rare moment where time feels endless. The shortness of summer becomes a reminder that this happiness is temporary, making their love feel more intense and urgent. Noah takes Allie to an abandoned plantation house and tells her that one day he plans to restore it. He imagines a future where they live there together. Their intimacy is interrupted when the police arrive, sent by Allie's parents who are searching for her. Later, Allie's mother forbids the relationship, and Noah overhears the conversation. Hurt and afraid of rejection, Noah tells Allie that he doesn't see a future for them. The abandoned house represents hope and possibility. It is broken and forgotten, much like Noah's life and dreams at this point. His desire to restore it reflects his belief that love can rebuild what is broken. When he pushes Allie away, it shows how pride and fear can damage love just as easily as outside pressure. This scene marks the first major break between them, caused not by a lack of love, but by miscommunication and insecurity. The next morning, Allie's mother announces that they are leaving early. Allie rushes to find Noah, but learns he is away. She asks Finn to tell Noah that she loves him. Noah later runs to see Allie, but arrives too late. They separate without speaking to each other directly. This scene shows how timing can be just as powerful as choice. Neither Noah nor Allie truly chooses to leave the other, yet they are separated anyway. The silence between them becomes more damaging than any argument. After Allie leaves, Noah writes her a letter every day for an entire year. Unknown to him, Allie's mother hides the letters and never allows her to read them. Eventually, Noah stops writing, believing Allie has forgotten him. The letters represent Noah's steady and patient love. Writing every day becomes an act of hope, even when there is no response. When the letters are hidden, love is interrupted by control. This moment shows how outside forces can shape personal lives, and how love can fade not because it ends, but because it is silenced. Noah and his friend Finn go to war. During the Battle of the Bulge, Finn is killed and Noah survives. The war changes Noah deeply, leaving him emotionally closed off and carrying guilt for surviving. War represents a sudden loss of innocence. For Noah, it reinforces the idea that love and happiness can end abruptly. Finn's death adds to Noah's emotional isolation and deepens his attachment to the past. Surviving the war doesn't feel like a victory, but another burden he must carry alone. While working as a nurse during the war, Allie meets Lon Hammond Jr., a wealthy and polite lawyer. He is kind, stable, and fits perfectly into her family's world. They fall in love and become engaged with the approval of her parents. Lon represents safety and order. Unlike Noah, he offers a predictable future free of struggle. Allie's relationship with Lon shows her attempt to move forward and choose a life that makes sense socially and emotionally. However, this love is calmer and less intense, suggesting that while it is real, it may not be complete. After returning from the war, Noah buys the Windsor plantation and begins restoring it, just as he promised Allie. Even when offered large sums of money, he refuses to sell. Shortly after, his father dies, leaving Noah completely alone. Restoring the house becomes Noah's way of holding onto the past. Each repaired wall and painted surface represents his refusal to let go of Allie and the life he imagined with her. The house stands as proof that Noah never stopped believing in their love, even when he believed she had forgotten him. Noah begins seeing Martha, a widow who is kind and understanding. She wants a deeper relationship, but Noah can't give it to her. He is emotionally unavailable and still tied to Allie. This relationship highlights the difference between companionship and love. Noah's honesty in not leading Martha on shows that love can't be forced or replaced. His inability to move on suggests that some loves permanently shape who we are, even when they are no longer present. While trying on wedding dresses, Allie sees a newspaper photo of Noah standing in front of the restored house. Overcome with emotion, she faints. The photograph acts as a bridge between past and present. One image is enough to undo years of emotional distance. It reminds Allie that the life she chose may not reflect who she truly is. The house once again becomes a symbol of unfinished love calling her back. Allie drives to Seabrook to see Noah. Their reunion is awkward and emotional. Overwhelmed, Allie attempts to leave and crashes her car. Later, they talk inside the house, where she reveals that she is engaged. Their interaction shows how deeply connected they still are. The crash reflects Allie's emotional confusion and inability to move forward without confronting her past. Despite the years apart, their conversation flows naturally, showing that their bond was never truly broken. Noah takes Allie on a boat ride to a quiet lake. When rain begins to fall, Allie confronts Noah about never writing to her. Noah reveals that he wrote 365 letters. Their anger turns into passion, and they kiss. The lake represents peace and emotional honesty. The rain acts as a release, washing away years of misunderstanding. Once the truth is revealed, the emotional barrier between them collapses. This moment shows that love can survive time, but only if the truth is finally spoken. Noah and Allie spend several days together, living as if no time has passed. Martha visits and immediately understands that Noah has found his true love. These days represent a return to who they were before the world separated them. Time seems to slow down, creating a temporary space where love exists without pressure. Allie's mother arrives and admits that she once loved a poor man, but chose security instead. She gives Allie the letters she hid and encourages her to choose carefully. This confession reframes Allie's mother as someone shaped by regret rather than cruelty. By giving Allie the letters, she finally allows her daughter the freedom she never gave herself. Noah asks Allie what she'll do. She can't answer. They argue intensely, with Noah feeling betrayed and Allie feeling trapped. Noah tells her that loving him will not be easy, but he is willing to fight for it. This argument shows that real love isn't romantic fantasy. It requires effort, sacrifice, and acceptance of difficulty. Noah's refusal to make the choice for Allie shows respect and maturity. Love, the film suggests, must be chosen freely to survive. After reading the letters and speaking honestly with Lon, Allie returns to Noah. This decision represents Allie choosing emotional truth over social comfort. It is not presented as an easy or painless choice, but as a necessary one. Back in the nursing home, the woman is revealed to be Allie, and Duke is revealed to be Noah. The notebook is her journal, written to preserve their love story. Allie briefly remembers Noah. They dance and talk about their children. Soon, Her dementia returns, and she panics. This scene shows how cruel dementia can be. Love exists, but access to it comes and goes. The film doesn't treat this moment as a failure, but as part of loving someone through illness. After Noah recovers from a heart attack, he sneaks into Allie's room. She recognizes him instantly. They fall asleep holding hands and die together. Their final moment is quiet and gentle. Death is not shown as tragedy, but as release. The film ends by suggesting that love, once chosen, can remain whole until the very end. By the end of The Notebook, the question is no longer whether Noah and Allie loved each other. That much is clear. The real question is what love looks like over a lifetime. This film suggests that love isn't defined by grand moments, but by repetition, patience, and care. It is choosing the same person again and again, even when memory fades and life becomes smaller. In the end, The Notebook isn't just a record of the past. It is proof that love, when held onto long enough, can outlast time. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.